ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I gotta keep it trendy on my soul. I'm the most selfish person that I know. Here we go, down the rabbit hole. Got a couple carrots round my neck. Self-respect, when you out of line, you put yourself in check. They don't hear me, they don't hear me though. Cycles going round and round and round like a merry-go. Different
Baby, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in.
That's why I keep my circle smaller than a cherry.
Go, ladies and gentlemen.
Company you kick. Stay woke, please don't get caught slick. End up showing what you read. Know your worth and don't sell cheap. The ghost is inside of me, can't take it out of me. No matter where I've been, start where I'm meant to be. I be shining perfect time and check your watch. And I know who I am no longer lost. I got tired of walking around with a mask on, smiling but my heart singing sad songs. Yeah, I was living for myself, I was dead wrong till I got the call, no cell phone. I got tired of walking around with a mask on, smiling but my heart singing sad songs. Yeah, I was living for myself, I was dead wrong till I got the call, no cell phone.
Mr. Walling, let's go.
Man, you talking to the real me. Man, you talking to the real me. Made in this image, I'm a young man. You talking to the real me. Man, you talking to the real me. Man, you talking to the real me. Made in this image, I'm a young OG boy.
Boy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get it, baby. Let's get it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we're going to get ready for another wicked night of racing action. These drivers loaded into the sim. They're getting ready to rock and roll for a wicked night of racing action. We're at USA International Speedway for another night of awesome racing action. Woo! Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. You guys know what to do, man. You all know what to do. Smash that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow button if you're new here, as we're going to get ready to rock and roll. We got a couple more minutes left here of practice, and then these drivers are going to jump in right out onto the racetrack, and we're going to be getting right into the racing action. So don't go anywhere. And you're about to get ready for an absolute wicked show here once again tonight. Another wicked show of racing action, man. I'm excited for this. I'm excited for another night of awesome racing action as we're going to get things kicked off here in just a few more moments. Oh. Hooter ball. Hooter ball. Jim, my boy, Jim, thank you for making sure that we knew that. His name is pronounced Chad Hooter ball. We got her now, Jimbo. We got her now, my boy. We got her now, homie. 100% we got her. We try to remember these names as much as possible, but names, they still sometimes just flutter away. They just flutter away into the wind, you know. Yo, Brycey Bear, Bryce Dickinson coming in with that heart and the share. What is good, Brycey Bear? What is good, my boy? How you doing tonight, Bryce? How you doing tonight, ladies and gentlemen? How was everybody's week, man? How was everybody's week? It's the weekend. It's finally here. Hopefully you're done work. Hopefully you're chilling at home. Get ready to see some awesome racing action to kick this weekend off. Yo, Thomas Dennis coming in, smashing that like as well. What is good, Thomas? Thank you, kind young man. Chad is a good old boy for sure. Yeah, he is definitely a good old boy. Thomas, it is going good, man. It is going good, my boy. Even better now that we see you in here, man. Even better now that we see you in here, homie. Coming in, showing that love. Woo! Oh! Go, Chad. All right, ladies and gentlemen, practice coming to a close here. You see that counter up at the top left. It's getting down to that 0. We're going to see the checkered flag fly here, so practice coming to a close. As of right now, we have one driver, Dustin Benton, at the top of the speed charts here for practice. So Benton, the fastest car out there. see him get that checkered flag going across the start-finish line there. Flagman throwing that checkered flag, and we're going to get ready here for a little bit of qualifying. Qualifying, getting ready to rock and roll. Yo, Bandit in the Snowman. All right, Doc Tripod in the hoos. Go, Nate. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Bandit in the Snowman. Bandit in the Snowman. I like that. I like that. Woo. All right, Dustin Benton out on the racetrack here, looking for a good lap time, trying to back up his practice time, trying to put that 34 ride at the top of the speed charts. Woo! All right, these guys looking very, very stout, man. A lot of fast cars out here once again tonight. A lot of fast drivers. A lot of guys looking to pick up the checkered flag here this evening. A lot of drivers looking to have themselves a a great night here. A good solid top 5, solid top 10 finish is what a lot of these drivers are going to be looking for. Just really making sure that they've been getting it. You've been racing much yourself, Thomas? I haven't been, man. I have not been out on the racetrack very much myself. Unfortunately. I wish I could get out more. I mean, I probably could allot myself a little bit more time, but your boy's been trying to get... We got a lot of things happening behind the scenes. We got a ton of things happening behind the scenes, and we're pretty busy. We're pretty busy, unfortunately, so we're constantly always, trying to get everything set up and loaded up and making sure everything is good to go. Everything is, ready for, a wicked night of racing and everything else, and we got a lot of broadcasting. We got a lot of broadcasts almost nightly here. We're going to be doing some racing here. For the next couple weeks, it's looking like we're doing every single night of the week. Every single night of the week, some big races, some big names, some big new leagues, some big new money races and everything else coming up. It's going to be a lot of fun. See Lon Franks out there in that 10 ride. Lon picked up the checkered flag in last night's race that we had. Lon looking to have another good run here tonight. He's going to jump up into position number 2 as John Quill Jr., that Quill Racing number 777 ride, is going to jump up and take that pole position. So John Quill Jr. looking very good. There's Nathan Tripod out there. Tripod looking good as well. That 42 ride, that Gyro Pro Hydro number 42 ride, looking very good. Currently sitting in the 5th position out there on the racetrack. For qualifying, you see Jeremy Akins out there as well. Akins in the 57 ride here tonight. New looking ride here for him as well, so that's looking nice. It's looking slick. See Cody McCoy out there. William Hargraves in the 71H. Stephen Barr out there as Hargraves jumps up and takes that pole position. The Wild Bills Race Designs Viv's Liquor Dirt Panda number 71H jumping up and taking that pole position away from John Quill Jr. See, Stephen Barrow is just out onto the racetrack there, but he's going to jump off as we're going to get ready here for heat race number 1. We're going to get ready for heat race action already, man. This qualifying went by in a quick way there. Yo, Peggy Hargraves coming in, smashing that like on the stream as well. Peggy, how you doing, my girl? Coming in, showing that love. So we're going to get ready here for heat race action. Heat race number 1 coming right at you. So starting on the pole, you see him right there in that 71H. Let's see if we can get a good angle of this ride here.
Let's go!
There we go. It's a little bit better. Starting on the pole here in heat race number 1 in that 71H machine, that is William Hargraves. To his outside in the 26 machine, that is Sage Luther. Starting inside of row number 2 in the 720 machine, that is Jackie Whaley. And to his outside in the 98 ride, that is Jake Daniels. Starting inside of row number 3 in that WB Creative Designs Dark Wolf Network White Knuckle Racing Setup Shop number 98, that is Wade Burris. And to his outside in the 44 ride, that is Justin Hopkins. Bringing up the rear of the field in the 45 ride, fortunately did not get out there in time to get his qualifying lap in. It's the 45 ride of Stephen Barrow. As we're going to get ready to go green flag racing here. Heat race number 1 about to get underway. I do believe everybody will transfer at the end of this one. But we do have 3 cars automatically transferring through into the A main. We may send a driver or 2 home early, and that's not where you want to be. You want to be up there and picking up the checkered flag right out of the get-go. As we're going to get ready here this green flag to fly. It's like one more pace lap here as the lights are gonna turn off. That official iRacing pace truck as Hargraves and Luther are gonna bring us down here to pick up this first green flag of the evening. Hargraves in that Viv's Liquor Dirt Panda Wild Bill's Race Designs number 71H ride. Very, very quick here, picking up that pole position, getting in that top spot here for heat race number 1. He's got a lot of fast drivers right there behind him. A lot of these drivers are going to be trying to get around that 71H, but his job is going to be to try to hold these drivers off and keep that 71H ride out in front to advance himself into that pole position here for, picking up the pole position in that A-Main feature event is going to be massive as the pace truck's going to make that hard left-hand turn down pit side, and we're going to get ready to set them loose as the green flag up in the air, and we are green flag racing here with the Dirt Clash Super Street Series live from USA International. Hargraves out in front with a good run here through 1 and 2. Going to lead him down the backstretch. Some contact to Wade Burris in the other 98X. That is Jake Daniels making some contact. They're both going to slide back here, back into that 6th and 7th position. Does that open the door for Hopkins and Burrow to get around him? So in front, it's still Hargraves as he's going to lead lap number 1, but now he's got Sage Luther down to his inside as Luther looking to try to pick up the top spot here as he's working the bottom side to absolute perfection. He's looking to try to clear that 71H with a good run up on the high side by side, but now he's going to clear him down into corner number 3 as he drives it in there a little bit harder. The 71H is going to try to take a peek to the inside of him, but he can't get there as we're going to get a new race leader here early on in heat race number 1 as Sage Luther jumps up and takes that top spot away here. So Luther now out in front, showing these drivers how to get it done. As he gets up and on top of the wheel here and gets around our pole sitter. Hargraves going to slide back into position number 2. Jackie Whaley right there in that 3rd spot as Whaley going to try to jump up there and maybe try to get around this 71H ride as well, as he's currently on that hot seat as he's in that 3rd and final transfer spot. He's got Justin Hopkins right there behind him in the 45 ride of Stephen Barrows right there within striking distance as well. Pair of 98s bringing up the rear of the field to see Jake Daniel and that 98X in the 98 of Wade Burris back there. So those two made a little bit of contact on the opening lap there. Both of them slowed down the backstretch. They lost quite a bit of momentum here. They're trying to reel in this lead pack once again, but they got a lot of ground to make up and not allow. A lot of laps left to go here. Now you see Hargraves trying to battle back strong here, trying to reel in that 26 ride once again. Got a good run through the middle of the corner, but not a great drive off. That's going to bring Whaley right back to his rear bumper. It looks like Hargraves can definitely send it in there a little bit deeper, gets through the middle of the corner really good, but I don't know if he gets the drive off that he's looking for right now. I think that's what's really hurting him. I think that's what opened the door for the 26 ride to be able to work himself around that 71H, was getting that good drive off the corner. He's going to have to make him change his lineup a little bit here. He's going to have to try to figure something out if he wants to try to jump back up here and compete for this race win, as that 26 ride still out in front, continuing to do what he needs to do to stay out in front and keep this lead away and keep these drivers at bay, as Hargraves trying to put the pressure on him, trying to stay right there with them. Yo, Eric Tretlow? Eric, my boy, I probably absolutely murdered your last name, homie. I probably absolutely murdered it. Give me some help with that one. Jim Himes coming in, smashing that like as well. Johnny Nolan coming in with that like. Cody McCoy with that like in this chair. Dustin Benton coming in, smashing that like. So you see that 71H rider, William Hargraves, trying to take a look to the outside now. Luther maybe still stuck down on the bottom side. Here comes the 71H with a good run down the backstretch. They make a little bit of contact. The rear end kicks out, hits that 71H machine. Now Jackie Whaley trying to hold off Justin Hopkins and that 45 ride. They get a little bit of log jam down there in corner number 3. Hargraves still trying to find a way to get around the 26. You see Luther now moving up the racetrack here. He saw the runs that the 71 was getting, and he's going to jump up and try to take that lane away from him, as Hargraves still trying to battle back strong as they head down into corner number 3 And out of corner number 4, we're going to see that white flag fly here. So one more time around for the 26th ride of Sage Luther. That white flag up in the air here. He's just got to try to hold them off here for one more lap. Trying to keep these drivers at bay. Trying to keep that 71H ride off his back bumper as they head down the backstretch into corner number 3. One more shot here for the 71 of William Hargraves to take that top spot, but a good run through 3 and 4 and down. Out of corner number 4, we're going to see the 26th ride of Sage Luther picking up heat race win number 1. Hargraves there in second, Jackie Whaley in that third and final transfer spot, where everybody else will unfortunately be going to that consolation races. We're going to get these drivers loaded in and loaded up here and get ready for heat race action number 2. And starting on the pole in that 777 ride, the 777s, that is John Quill Jr. in that Quill Racing 777 ride. To his outside, it's the man that puts on the show here, the man with the plan, the master man. That is the 34 ride, the full throttle Precision Auto Body, Big D's Lawn Care, number 34 of Dustin Benton. Starting inside a row number 3 in that iRacing iFlag Papa Mike Promotions number 57 ride. That is Jim Revis. Into his outside in the 7 ride, that is the Cocky Floyd Consulting number 7 of Seth Castle. Bringing up position number 5 in the 20P, in the DWR iRacing iFlag JRE Racing number 20P, that is Chad Puterbo. And bringing up the rear of the field in the 13 ride, that is Cody McCoy. We got 6 more drivers, 3 more cars to transfer through into the A main here as we're going to get ready to see that green flag fly as the pace truck is going to make that hard left-hand turn, and we're going to go to green flag racing here for heat race number 2. John Quill Jr. with a good start there, getting a good run down into corner number 1. He's going to clear Dustin Benton. He's going to try to slide up in front of him as he sees some contact a little bit deeper through the field. That's Puterbo trying to work himself up into position number 4 as he's on the inside here of Seth Castle. Jim Revis right there in that 3rd spot as now you see that big D machine of Dustin Benton trying to stay right on the back bumper here of John Quill Jr. as Quill trying to hold him off. Benton way down on the bottom side looking for a good run here, trying to get to the inside here and drag race him down the backstretch side by side here, but a good run out of corner number 2 for Quill as they're still going to be side by side down into 3. Trying to stay off each other, trying to avoid the contact. You see some side-by-side back there still as Castle and Puterbo continue to battle side-by-side as well. Dustin Benton still trying to take this lead away from John Quill Jr. Quill trying to hold him off here, but now a big slide job there in corner number 2 as Dustin Benton's going to pick up the lead here, and he's going to take that lead away from the 777 ride down the backstretch. Quill going to take a look to the inside there, almost a little bit of contact. You see Quill getting bounced around a little bit. That's going to open up the door here for the 57 of Jim Revis as Revis is going to jump up there and take that 2nd spot away. Seth Castle is right there ready to pounce as well. And a little bit of contact. Around goes Revis. The 777 right of John Quill Jr. pointed in the wrong direction as well. No caution flag as the 777 right of John Quill Jr. makes some contact there with Jim Revis. Revis all the way back into position number 5 now as both of those drivers were in transfer spots now. Seth Castle in position number 2 and Chad Puterbo there in position number 3. So that changes everything. John Quill still parked up on the high side there. He's going to take it back down pit side here. So a tough break there for John Quill Jr. after making some hard contact with Jim Revis. That spun Revis around as well. Now Revis on the outside looking in here as he's got a lot of ground to make up. He even wants to try to get into this battle at the front of the field. Yo, Lug Nut Lacey coming in. Go Tripod. Let's go, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are just tuning in on Facebook, make sure you hit that like, share, and follow button. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button as we continue to build more and more over there on the red site. Man, oh man, oh man, we got some big things coming up here and some big videos for that YouTube and it's going to be absolutely popping over there as Dustin Benton continues to lead the way. Benton out in front. Seth Castle there in position number 2 with Chad Puderbo there in 3rd. Cody McCoy in 4th, and Jim Revis quite a ways back there, and a tough break there for that iRacing iFlag Papa Mike Promotions DWR number 57 ride, as that puts him way behind the 8 ball here in a spot that he did not want to be. He was sitting perfectly there in a solid transfer spot, trying to take that 2nd spot away. And then unfortunately that contact between him and John Quill Jr. spinning both of them around is a tough way to not make it through this one. Boogity, 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 says Jim. Boogity, boogity, boogity. You know it, baby. Jim has no luck, Jamie. I agree. I feel just like him, though. I never have luck when it comes to any kind of racing either, so I feel him. I feel his pain here, okay? I feel it. As out in front, Dustin Benton continues to lead the way. It's the Big D machine out in front here as he's got himself a solid 2-second lead now over Seth Castle. As Castle back there in 2nd, still has Chad Puderbo right there behind him as that iRacing iFlag number 20P ride. And a little bit of a benefit there out of that contact as that moved him a couple spots forward, moved him into a transfer spot. So I'm sure Puderbo definitely doesn't feel too bad about that contact that was made between his teammate and that 777's ride, as we've seen that white flag fly down the backstretch. Goes that 34 ride of Dustin Benton. Benton all by himself down into corner number 3. He's going to slide down and through corner number 4, and he's going to come down the front straightaway, and he's going to pick up heat race win number 2. Chad Puderbo coming home there in position number 3 with Castle there in 2nd. That means McCoy, Revis, and John Quill Jr. are going to go to that consolation race. All right, as we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing here. Heat race number 3 loading into the sim here. Heat race number 3 about to get ready to rock and roll. Susie, Mama Bear coming in, showing that love. Susie Dickinson smashing that like on the stream. What is good, Mama Bear? What is good, my girl? Coming in, showing that love, smashing that gosh heckin' like button. How the heck are you, Susie? How the heck are you, Mama Bear? As we're going to get ready here for heat race number 3. Heat race number 3 about to get underway here. We're going to jump up, and we're going to make sure that we get everything over on YouTube loaded in here, as we're going to get ready for our starting lineup here for heat race number 3. Is heat race number 3 out on the racetrack. Starting on the pole in this one, in that DWR iRacing iFlag Evil 1 Graphics Papa Mike Promotions number 10 ride, that is Lon Franks. To his outside in the 42 ride, that is Nathan Tripod. Starting inside a row number 2 in the 84 ride, that is the Elite Performance Industries Grip Hackney number 84 of Bryce Dickinson. To his outside in the 57 ride, we see Jeremy Akins. We see Daniel Northcott and Dakota Elliott rounding out our field as we are green flag racing here at heat race number 3. Quickly, the 10 ride of Lon Franks taking that lead, is a little bit of contact here as Bryce Dickinson down on the bottom side trying to clear that 42 ride of Tripod, as Tripod trying to hold on to that top spot in that 5-6 graphics number 42 right after a little bit of contact. Around goes Dakota Elliott. Elliott goes around. He's going to get that car spun back around and put it in the right direction, but a heartbreaker there for Dakota Elliott as he's way behind the 8 ball now, about half a track behind here now, as those drivers are way out in front of him. Daniel Northcott having that little bit of contact with him, that Quill Racing number 77 ride. Fortunately making that contact there with Dakota Elliott, spinning him around, but he's lost a lot of ground here as well. Maybe losing a little bit of draft that we have up here at the front of the field. Jeremy Akins there in 4th on the outside, looking in here as he needs to pick up one more spot to advance into the A main. That means he needs to try to find a way to get around Nathan Tripod, as Tripod out in that 3rd position, trying to pick up that 3rd and final spot into the show. He's trying to work himself into the A main right here in this 3rd heat race of the evening, trying to hold on as he's trying to reel in that 84 ride of Bryce Dickinson, as Bryce in that Apex Designs number 84 ride, holding on to position number 2 as Lon Franks out in front, continuing to lead the way here in that Evil 1 Graphics number 10 ride. Bryce Dickinson trying to hunt him down. I'm sure these guys would love to see some side-by-side battling at the front of the field, especially Daniel Northcutt, as he would love to see these guys start to battle a little bit more. Maybe he'd be able to reel them in, maybe try to track them down a little bit more. Unfortunately there for Dakota Elliott, about 6 seconds behind these guys, about a whole straightaway here. That poor number 21 ride is Elliott way back there. A tough break there for him. Is out in front. Lon Franks continue to lead the way. Woo Pig Doc Tripod, let's go, baby. Susie cheering on that number 84 of Bryce Dickinson. 40 Deuce Tripod, let's go, baby. Bandit and the Snowman, let's get it. That 777 was looking good until the contact. It would have went either way for either car. Yeah, 100%. I think that was just a racing deal. I mean, I think he was getting bounced around, kind of falling behind just ever so slightly, just trying to stay underneath the 57. I think the 57 there was just trying to stay, you know, down on the bottom side, trying to hold them off as much as possible to try to hold that second spot. And then I think it was just a racing deal. Both drivers battling for that same spot on the racetrack there in heat race number 2, and that's what created that little bit of contact. And unfortunately, just when that contact was made, just kind of really affected both cars, made them both spin, both of them fly apart kind of deal. And unfortunately, both of them not into the show here. Love it. Love it. Absolutely. As Lon Franks continues to lead the way here. Franks out in front. Bryce Dickinson there in position number 2. And Nathan Tripod there in position number 3. As Tripod holding on to that third and final transfer spot. He's trying to put that Dro Pro. Can't even read what the side of that car even says. We'll have to maybe get him up into the broadcast booth here so we can, it looks like Pro something. I can't see what the last one is. We're at a weird angle here where we can't get a good read on it. Pro Hydro. Okay, that's a bit of a tongue twister at first. Is out in front. Lon Franks is going to see that white flag fly here, so one more time around for that 10 ride. Lon Franks looking to try to pick up heat race win number 3 as he's out in front, doing a great job here. Where's the rest of our drivers? We have 6 guys that signed up and paid and ain't made it into a race yet. Laugh out loud. Are you kidding me, Dustin? I mean, hey, you know what? We thank them for their support. We thank them for their donation, I guess. But I mean, yeah, man, we want to see more drivers out here on a nightly basis as Lon Franks is going to pick up heat race win number 3 on the evening. Bryce Dickinson and Nathan Tripod in 2nd and 3rd are going to advance into the A-main. Jeremy Aikens, Daniel Northcutt, and Dakota Elliott unfortunately going to be going to that consolation race, but we are going to be skipping that consolation race. So a good note for all the other drivers that weren't in the top 3. They are all going to make it into the show here. No one's going to go home early. They're all going to make it into this main event. They're all going to be jumping out here and running with the big boys in this one. See some of these drivers jumping out onto the racetrack as that Throttle Down Motorsports number 34 ride of Dustin Benton heads out. Looking to have a good run. We see Sage Luther out there as well, as Luther going to be starting here on that pole position. Seth Castle out there as well after his good heat race run in position number 2 and heat race number 2. Hargraves out there in that 71H. Cody McCoy out there in the 13 ride. Wade Burris out there as well. We didn't really get a good look at Wade Burris in the beginning of that first heat race after the contact he made with the other 98 ride. They made that little bit of contact, him and Jake Daniels. We didn't get a good look at really what they had for the guys in the front of the field, so we'll have to see if they can work their way towards the front here in this one. Laugh out loud, the inside wall bit me. Is that what it, okay, yeah, I kind of thought maybe that's what it was. It looked like you guys kind of just pinched each other down there a little bit, and then it kind of just looked like he either got into the grass or just got super tight through the middle of the corner there, Johnny boy. But hey, you know what? That's racing, man. That's good, hard racing, and it's just an unfortunate break, an unfortunate contact that where you both kind of made that little bit of contact and both of you went around. That's the sucky part. That's the sucky part. Man, still a good run. Still a great race there between the two of you. That was a lot of fun to watch, man. That was a lot of fun to watch out there. Whew. All right, so we're going to quickly make sure everything is good to go here as we're going to get ready for the A main feature event here in just a few more moments. So ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere as we're going to get ready to go green flag racing any moment now as these drivers are going to get loaded up into the sim and we're going to get ready to go green flag racing. Just tuning in, get ready for a show as here you go. We're going to get these drivers loaded into the sim and ready for the green flag here in our A main feature event as they get loaded up here at the front of the field. These drivers getting ready to see this racing action underway. Oklahoma Dirt from Grow Pro Hydro. Thanks, man. You do a super job calling these. You rock. Absolutely, Bandit. Absolutely. Yo, Bandit, do I call you Bandit or do I call you the Snowman? Which one am I talking to? Or is it both? Do I call you by both names? What do I say? What do I say, my boy? As we're going to get ready to go green flag racing here. These drivers loaded into the sim. We're going to get ready to get going here in this one. Not good to do shitty at your best track. Oh, no, John. John, my boy, listen, he's still got a lot of time to recoup here, my boy. Got a lot of time to recoup. We can see you back up here at the front of the field by the end of the night. I know we'll see you up here. I know we'll see you up here, homie. As we're going to get ready to go green flag racing. The green flag going to be out and about here in a few more moments as we're going to get ready to go green flag racing. These dirt street stocks here at USA International Speedway. Starting on the pole in this one, in the 26 ride, that is Sage Luther. To his outside, we see Dustin Benton. Lon Franks, William Hargraves bringing up row number 2. Then we see Bryce Dickinson, Seth Castle, Pooterbo, Whaley, Hopkins, Tripod rounding out our top 10. Aikens, McCoy, Revis, Daniels, Barrow, Elliott, Norncott, John Quill Jr., and Wade Burris bringing up the rear of the field as we're already green flag racing here at USA International. They go 3 wide as a little bit of contact. Lon Franks going around, getting bounced around. They're stacking up. I don't know how they're not all wrecking. There goes the 44 ride of Justin Hopkins going around. Nathan Tripod collected in that as well. Dakota Elliott there in that one. Man, oh man, oh man, things got a little bit of crazy there out of corner number 2, and we're gonna see that caution flag fly here in our opening line, or in our opening lap here. Man, oh man, oh man. Lon Franks had his hands absolutely full here. We're gonna play it back just a little bit as Lon coming up through the field here. He's sitting in that second spot as he tries to clear. He's trying to clear Dustin Benton. Benton kind of gets into the rear end of him here. You're going to see it right there. That little bit of contact is going to send that Evil One Graphics 10 ride to the outside wall. The 71 ride of Hargraves, nowhere to go. Gets a piece of that one. And then Lon's just still trying to hold on to it. You see Seth Castle trying to sneak down underneath. He's going to bounce there off the door panel of Seth Castle. He's going to get bounced around to the other side. Bryce Dickinson's going to almost drive into it, just barely avoiding the contact. You see the 57 ride, the 20P ride of Putterbow bent out of shape there as well. And then Justin Hopkins and Tripod, just nowhere to go as everyone's stacking up in the middle of it. Tripod's going to go around. You see Dakota Elliott getting some contact there from the 77. Which helps him go around. Everyone just trying to work their way through it as they all get stacked up there down the backstretch. That one sucked for a couple of those drivers. We're going to get them stacked back up, and we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing here. Sage Luther out in front was able to avoid all of that as he had that 26 ride out in front and trying to pull away from all the mayhem that was unfolding there behind him. That caution flag is going to bring the field right back to his back bumper here as the lights are turned off. That official iRacing pace truck. We're going to get ready to set him back loose here once again. Dustin Benton there to the outside. Lon Franks there in third. Hargraves in fourth. You see Seth Castle, Bryce Dickinson, Jackie Whaley, Chad Pooterbow, Jeremy Aikens in that 13 ride of Cody McCoy as unfortunately looks like Hopkins, Tripod, and Dakota Elliott there at the rear of the field. Looks like Dakota Elliott already taking that 21 ride off the racetrack here. So a tough break there for Dakota Elliott as looks like he may have already called it an evening here with that 21 ride. Hopefully we'll see him get back out onto the racetrack. So we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing here once again. So the green flag back out in the air for the 26 ride of Sage Luther as Luther trying to clear that 34 ride down into corner number 1 like he did before. He couldn't quite get there. Dustin Benton looking for a big run up on the high side, looking to get some big momentum and a big run down this backstretch. Sage Luther is able to pull up in front of him and clear that 34. William Hargraves right there into position number 3. Now he's underneath the 34 wide, trying to take over position number 2. Makes a little bit of contact there with that outside wall, and here comes Bryce Dickinson. Bryce Dickinson up into position number 6, and he's looking to crack into the top 5 as he's way up the racetrack on that extreme high side here, looking for these big runs down the straightaways. Battling still side by side with that cocky Floyd Consulting number 7 of Seth Castle. Castle's going to slide off the racetrack ever so slightly here. That's going to allow the 84 ride to pull away from him. Now the 84 of Bryce Dickinson to the outside here of Lon Franks. So Franks down on the bottom side now having to compete with that 84 ride, looking for a big run here through 1 and 2 to try to clear that 84, but Bryce doing a great job up there on that high side. Finding a ton of speed up there, man, getting some big runs down these straightaways, but Sage Luther still out in front. Luther continuing to lead the way. Dustin Benton there in second with William Hargraves right there in position number 3. Chad Pooterbow and Jackie Whaley still side by side back here. This is for the 7th position on the racetrack. See Jim Revish working himself up inside the top 10 is the 57 ride underneath of Jeremy Akins there for the 9th position. The 98 ride of Jake Daniels trying to work himself through the field here. 98X ride, unfortunate break after that first little bit of contact in heat race number 1, has worked himself up into the 11th position. Daniel Northcutt and his teammate in the Quill Racing number 777 ride up into position number 12, and Quill right there to his inside. It's Quill looking, trying to slide himself a little bit farther forward in this field. It's Quill with that cocky Floyd Consulting Logitech number 777 ride to make a pass there on his teammate in the 77 for that 12th position. This is Quill's favorite racetrack, so we'll have to see if that 777 ride can find himself up towards the front of the field by the time this one is done. Him and his teammate Daniel Northcutt continue to battle still, though, for that 12th position. Stephen Barrow and Wade Burris right there in 14th and 15th, and Nathan Tripod a little bit farther back in that 42 ride as he's in front of Justin Hopkins and Cody McCoy. As Hopkins up into the outside wall, he's going to get stopped. He's going to take that ride down pit side, so a tough break there for Justin Hopkins. Like him and Cody McCoy not having the run that they would hope for here tonight, as they're a little bit off the pace. That 26 ride of Sage Luther continues to pull away ever so slightly. Dustin Benton still battling back here for second with William Hargraves, as Hargraves keeps trying to throw everything and the kitchen sink at him, trying to get that second spot from that 34 ride. Now Lon Franks back up into 4th here. Seth Castle there into 5th as Bryce Dickinson slid back a couple spots here. He's back into position number 6 as he's got Chad Bougerbeau there in 7th. Jackie Whaley in 8th. Jim Revis up into that 9th spot now as he's cleared the 57 ride of Jeremy Akins. As Akins there in that 10th position on the racetrack. That's the 98X ride right there behind him, and then the pair of the Quill Racing rides right there behind these guys as see John Quill trying to work himself closer and closer towards the front of the field here. That car is looking very strong, making up some ground, closing some distances here. He's going to have a lot of cars to pass, a lot of hard battles to work himself up towards the front. This racetrack continued to slick off. The bottom side still looks like to be that preferred line as Sage Luther has definitely not left the bottom side of the racetrack here. Keeps that left front right down, trying to keep it in that good stuff. See the 34 ride with a good run that time through corner number 1 and 2. Keeps that left front right down on the tacky stuff, the bottom of the corner. He's able to pull right up to the rear quarter panel of that 26 machine.
Let's go!
We'll have to see if he can hold on, if Sage Luther can keep that top spot, or if one of these other drivers can find a way to jump up there and get around that 26 ride. We have to see him start searching around the racetrack, maybe try that high side a little bit more. We'll have to see if that bottom side can completely burn off and have to make these drivers move around and have a little bit more lane selection out there. Yo, Craig, Michael Deacon, Craig coming in, smashing that like on the stream. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys haven't already, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow or subscribe button, as we're going to jump into a Peacemaker Gaming Crank It Up. So crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite drivers.
Let's go!
we're going to take a look back and see what happens. It looks like John Quill Jr., who was having a great run, trying to work himself back up through the field here. That 777 ride kind of slides up the racetrack. It's up into that outside wall, stuffs it in there, and unfortunately, that car parked forward into that outside wall, having to put it in reverse. Cars coming around him there. The caution flag coming down. Some heavy damage there to John Quill Jr. As we'll take another look at this one, as it looks like maybe his teammate in the 77 ride, unfortunately, coming down the racetrack here in that Quill Racing 77 ride of Daniel Northcutt. Comes down a little bit, kind of makes a little bit of contact with the rear bumper. That's what really bends the 777 ride out of shape. Hard into that outside wall. It was the Cocky Floyd Consulting number 777 ride. John Quill not having the night he would hope for, as and he said this was his favorite racetrack, and fortunately having some tough luck in this one. And this is the last thing our top three wanted to see, as Sage Luther, Dustin Benton, and William Hargraves were quite a ways ahead of the rest of the field. They were pretty strung out there, single file at the front of the field. This is going to stack them back up. This is going to get them too wide here, and this is really going to throw a wrench into some of the plans here of these top 5 drivers out there on the racetrack. So that's going to bring a lot of hungry drivers right back to their rear bumper. We'll have to see if that high side can start to roll in, if we'll start to see more and more drivers using that high side of the racetrack. So we're going to have them stacked back up. We're going to re-rack them and get ready to go back to green flag racing. Yo, Lamar Jordan coming in with that heart reaction. Jordan Gage coming in with that like. Blaze Rachel's my boy Blaze coming in, smashing that like on the stream as well. What is good, Blaze? What is good, Jordan? Lamar, how you doing, homie? How you doing? Coming in, showing that love, smashing that like button. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! All right, stack back up, ready to go back to green flag racing here. Delaware restarts here, so that leader out in front all by himself. Gonna have a little bit of lane selection. He's gonna have a little bit of room to breathe here, as he's got that 34 ride of Dustin Benton and William Hargraves right there, breathing down his neck here, right on his back bumper. They're gonna be trying to find any way they can to get around that 26 ride. Yo, Johnny Ratley, my boy Johnny, coming in, smashing that like on the stream as well. What is good, Johnny? What is good, my boy? Coming in, showing that love. What is good, homie? How you doing? All right, as the lights are turned off, that official iRacing page struck. That means we're going to get ready to set these drivers back loose. They're all loaded up. We're ready to go back and see that green flag fly here once again. All right, the pace truck gonna make that hard left-hand turn, and we're gonna go back to green flag racing here. Sage Luther with a great restart in the 26 ride, as he's out in front. Dustin Benton and William Hargraves right there. Hargraves way up the racetrack on that high side, looking for a big run here. So Hargraves in that Dirt Panda Racing Team 71H looking now, and he's going to take that second spot away from Dustin Benton. So Benton back into position number 3 after Hargraves with a big run there, taking that second spot away. Dustin Benton back to 3rd. You see Seth Castle now trying to take that 4th spot away from Lon Franks. As Franks up on that high side, you see the 71H go back up there. Hargraves looking for another big run here down the backstretch. He's going to stay in front of the 34 ride, but he can't really find enough to pull even with that 26 ride. Bryce Dickinson right there in 6th as he's working the bottom side of the racetrack now. We did see him up on the high side for quite a while early on in this race. Now back down to the bottom. We may see him up on the high side here. Go right through the middle here, a little bit of a different line, trying to run right through the middle, trying to reel in that 7 ride of Seth Castle, trying to work himself back inside the top 5. It's Cooterbo having a big run there on the high side. It's a little bit of a block there out of the 84. He's going to stay right on that back bumper of Bryce Dickinson, is side by side still for position number 4. Lon Franks and Seth Castle right there. Now Jim Revis is going to jump up, and he's going to pass Chad Cooterbo. So Cooterbo back another spot here into 8th as Jim Revis trying to work himself towards the front of the field. Luther, our leader here all night long, still has Hargraves right there behind him. Hargraves trying everything he can, trying to find a way to get around that 26 ride as he continues to lead the way. Hargraves and Dustin Benton still trying to figure out how to get around that 26 ride as they're starting to get right to his rear bumper, starting to really put the pressure on to that 26 machine.
Let's go!
Hargraves right there in second, Dustin Benton in third, Lon Franks and Seth Castles continue to battle here for that fourth position on the racetrack as it looks like the 10 ride is going to slide up in front of the 7 ride of Castle. So Castle's going to slide back to position number 5 here, but he's going to jump back down to the bottom side of the racetrack looking for another run down here to the inside of Lon Franks as Frank's going to try to pull him away here just a little bit with a big run down the backstretch. Here comes Bryce Dickinson as the 84 rider. Bryce Dickinson still up there on that extreme high side looking for these big runs as he's trying to find a way to jump up there and pass that 7 ride. That's going to open up the door though for Jim Revis as Revis taking some peaks down low trying to find a way to get around that 84 ride. Lon Franks way up the racetrack, up almost into that outside wall there, getting good run though down the backstretch as William Hargraves continuing to try to find something, trying to find some way to get around that 26 as the bottom side of the racetrack still proves to be the best way around here. The high side, you can get a good couple runs out of it, but I don't think it's as good as what that bottom side of the racetrack is, still continuously being that fastest way around the track. And we're going to see our second caution flag fly here. It's our caution flag going to come back out for the second time here in this WOD. Looks like Jake Daniel in the 98X ride going to have some issues here as we'll take a look and see what happens. Oh, kind of running out of racing room there again. There goes that House of Speed number 777 ride. John Quill Jr. getting collected in that one as well. And Quill, after having this as one of these races that he had highlighted on the schedule, it looks like Quill may have came off the racetrack there just a little bit more than what Jake was coming down there to make that contact, and a tough break for both of these drivers as they are not having the nights that they really wish they could have here. We'll get a good look. Let's see if we can get a rear view look here. There we go. Rear chase. There we go. Yeah, kind of both of them battling for the same spot there on the racetrack. Quill kind of came up. The 98X came down just ever so slightly. That contact being made, and fortunately, both of them going around there right in front of the flag stand. Didn't take long for that official to throw that caution flag out there with those two spinning there on the front stretch. We got them stacked back up. We're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing here. Yo, Logan Rourke, my boy Logan coming in, smashing that like on the stream. What is good, Logan? Papa Mike coming in, smashing that like in the share. What is good, Michael? What is good, my boy, coming in, showing that love. Insomniac coming, Insomnical coming in, smashing that like on the stream. Insomnia, I'm probably absolutely murdering that name. Thank you for coming in, smashing that like on the stream. Perry A. Lanham Jr. coming in, smashing that like on the stream as well. What is good, Perry, coming in, showing that love, smashing that like on the stream as well. As we're going to get these drivers stacked back up, we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. Bacon sticks, let's go, bacon sticks. Everyone loves bacon sticks. Come on now, everyone loves the bacon sticks. Witch Doctor Racing tripod is climbing. Slowly but surely he is, slowly but surely. That car is slowly working himself up towards the front of the field as we're going to get him stacked back up, and we're going to get back to green flag racing. The lights turned off that official iRacing page truck, and we're going to see that green flag back out in the air. Man, oh man, oh man, a couple of these drivers not having the night they wish to have after our second caution flag coming out there. We're going to see the green flag back out in the air for our second restart of the evening. Sage Luther still out in front, and you can see him spread out back behind him. All these drivers side by side trying to go 3 wide, trying to work their way closer to the front of the field here, side by side for position number 2. That's exactly what Luther wants to see. He wants to see Dustin Benton and William Hargraves duke it out back there for position number 2, trying to give himself a little bit of breathing room as they still stay side by side here halfway through this one. Halfway through this feature event, it's still all been that 26 ride of Sage Luther as he's been out in front all night long, leading the way continuously right from the drop of the green flag. Dustin Benton and William Hargraves still side by side. Some contact. Chad Puderbo. Puderbo's going to go around. The 45 ride's going to get collected. The 13 also in there. Cody McCoy, Stephen Barrow, both getting collected in that one as Puderbo going around there. And a tough break there for the DWR iRacing I-Flag number 20P as our third caution flag is going to fly. Some hard racing out there. Unfortunately, just running out of room after that contact. We'll take a look back and see what happens as Puderbo, it's a good run, but then gets up into the side of the 7 ride as Seth Castle. Nowhere to go for a couple of these other guys. The 45 ride just nowhere to go. Gets into the side of Chad Puderbo, and man, a couple of hard licks there. See that 20 ride just unfortunately slides up the racetrack as the 7 ride starting to just try to kind of cut down. Come together. That's a hard lick right there for the 45 ride. That's a lot of damage, a lot of carnage right there for him. We're going to jump right on board here with that 45 ride. Just running the bottom side, trying to keep it nice and clean. And see the 20B slide right in front of him and then just really nowhere to go. He could have went up the racetrack, but probably would have drove into another car. And that's a tough break there for the 45 ride. As we're going to get him stacked back up, we're going to get him back racked up and back to green flag racing here once again after a little bit of cautions, breeding cautions. That time we didn't see John Quill get collected in that one as Quill being able to avoid that, trying to, you know, keep that car nice and clean as, man, Quill in that 5-6 graphics, Quill Racing, Cardinal Logistics, and Angry Duck Graphics 777 ride. Trying to work himself up through the field here once again as this is his favorite track, and unfortunately not having the run he'd like to have here tonight as he's side by side there with Nathan Tripod. His Tripod there to his outside. We got him stacked back up. We got him racked back up and ready to go back to green flag racing. This battle back here for position number 2 has just been continuing to build up more and more and more. We've seen these guys really duke it out back here. That second spot, but they're still trying to find a way to jump up there and make the pass on that 26 ride as we're going to go back to green flag racing as the green flag back out in the air here once again. Green flag back out of the air. You see the 34 ride of Dustin Benton way up the racetrack. A little bit of contact as they're 3 wide right there behind him. 3 wide down into corner number 3. Seth Castle down on the bottom. Lon Frank stuck right in the middle. Dustin Benton up on the high side. Benton's going to continue to slide back as here comes Jim Revis and Bryce Dickinson into that battle. It's Dustin Benton now to the bottom side as Lon Frank's way up on the high side. Put one tire up in the air and around goes Seth Castle. Castle going to go around. Bryce Dickinson collected in that one. No caution flag as of yet as those drivers are going to lose a lot of ground in there. Is the caution flag. The caution flag coming out here after a little bit of contact. Looked like Jim Revis getting into the side of Seth Castle, and Castle goes around. They all kind of get stuck down there in the bottom of corner number 1 and 2. Man, a heartbreaker there for some of these guys as they were having some good runs. Dustin Benton kind of gets into Seth Castle just a little bit, then Jim Revis, nowhere to go, gets into the side of him. Bryce Dickinson right there, right on the back bumper of the 57 ride. Trying to shove them in there even farther into that carnage. As Jim, unfortunately, nowhere he could go, nothing he could do there. Gets into the side of the 7 ride. Right here, thought he could try to drive down underneath of them, and unfortunately the 7 coming down right in front of him. Tough break there for him. Now you see Dustin Benton at the rear of the field. Looks like he's going to get an EOL for that contact and spinning the 7 right of Seth Castle out. So Dustin Benton also getting the raw dog in that one. Is 34 ride way back there now in 17th as he's got Jim Revis and Seth Castle in front of him. Wade Burris and Chad Puterbo right there as well. Cody McCoy, Stephen Barrow, and now Jake Daniels up inside the top 10, and so isn't John Quill Jr. Nathan Tripod up into position number 8 now. Same with Daniel Northcutt as Northcutt up into that 7th position. Jeremy Akins there in 6th. Jackie Whaley there in 5th. Bryce Dickinson up into that 4th position as Lon Franks now into 3rd. William Hargraves there in 2nd, but they're all still trying to hunt down this 26th ride of Sage Luther as Luther continues to lead the way. We see the lights turn off that official iRacing pace truck, and we're going to get ready to set them back loose. Michael says coming in from Opelika, Florida. Opelika, Florida. Where in the is that? I have never heard of that. It sounds like an Oompa Loompa song or something. Is that where all the Oompa Loompas come from, Michael? I don't know. Opelika, Florida. Opelika. What in the world? What in the world is that? All right, as we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. The green flag coming back out here once again as Sage Luther looking for a big restart, trying to keep these drivers at bay. We're on lap number 29 of 50. We still got about 20 laps left to go here in this one as Lon Franks trying to jump up and take position number 2 away from that 71 ride. But a big run down the backstretch there for William Hargraves. Hargraves trying to stay right there in position number 2. Jackie Whaley trying to work his way underneath of Bryce Dickinson. See these drivers sliding around. I do believe that's John Quill Jr. almost going around again. Quill getting super loose there at a corner number 4. And here comes some of those lead pack drivers that were up at the front before that last caution flag. Seth Castle in the 7 wide already up into position number 11. He's right there trying to take that 10th position away from the 98X of Jake Daniels. Dustin Benton right there behind him. Jim Revis right there as well as these drivers trying to work themselves through the field and back to the front here. John Quill Jr. now has that 7 ride to his inside. Dustin Benton there now as well. Tripod with some contact. Nathan Tripod unfortunately going to go around in the caution flag. Going to come back out as Nathan Tripod gets spun around here after a little bit of contact between him and Seth Castle. The caution flag coming back out. See if we can get another angle at this one as Tripod unfortunately getting a piece here. He's right there trying to hold on. Then just a little bit of contact. The 7 ride of Seth Castle gets into the back of him there. See where this contact's really made as, let's take another look at this one. See the 42 super sideways. Oh yeah. Might have already been kind of going around himself. Definitely loss of momentum there. It looks like he was going right through that slick stuff in the middle of the corner and then just kind of loses it there. Let's see if we can get an angle here from Seth Castle from the cockpit view here, so he'll get a good look at this one. He's trying to, he was trying to avoid him, hoping that he would be able to keep the speed going and stay in the throttle. You don't really want to let out of it too much here at this racetrack. That loss of momentum can really kill your speed in a quick hurry and make you lose a few spots going down these straightaways. Castle giving up a little bit of momentum there in the throttle, just a little bit, kind of feathering it there, hoping that the 42 ride got things figured back out. Unfortunately, continued to slide down the racetrack and through the middle of the corner there, right down in front of Seth Castle. Nowhere for him to go as he gets into the back of Nathan Tripod, helps him go around the whole way there, as I think Tripod would have got it figured back out, would have gone back, pointed in the right direction, but he would have been super slow on the racetrack there. He was losing a lot of momentum, spinning and going sideways there through the middle of the track. So tough break there for the 42 ride as we get them stacked back up. We're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, we didn't get a very long crank it up last time. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a Peacemaker Gaming crank it up restart here. So these drivers are going to be set loose here this time by, and we are going to crank it up. Listen to these cars rumble as they're getting ready to make some thunder here at USA International Speedway. So we're going to get ready here with about 20 more laps left to go. Sage Luther looking for that green flag here once again as we're going to crank it up. Caution flag gonna come out here. We saw a few drivers get collected deeper in the field and crank it up. Caution flag is gonna fly. Alright, let's take a look back here. We saw quite a bit of contact. A little bit deeper in the field here. 45 ride's gonna get in there as well, as you see Dustin Benton kind of almost going around Wade Burris right there as well. 42 ride getting a little piece of that when Stephen Barrow drives into that. See that pace truck come right back out onto the racetrack here, but that big D machine making some hard contact. The 98 ride, both 98 rides getting a piece of Dustin Benton. Benton's gonna go around. Some hard racing deeper in the field here. All these drivers just beating and banging and battling up here through the field. Benton kind of trying to come down. Seth Castle holding his line right through the middle. They make a little bit of contact. I think that's what really gets things fired underway here. Spinning that 34 ride around, and Wade Burris getting a piece of that one. Stephen Barrow, Nathan Tripod all getting a little piece of that as well. Saw Jake Daniels getting a little chunk of that. Tough break there for some more fast drivers out there in the racetrack, and that's going to mean another restart here for Sage Luther, as Luther still trying to hold these drivers off, trying to hold them at bay here, but all these restarts bring them right back to his rear bumper. They're starting to learn some things about his restarts, what he's doing up there at the front of the field, as he's got Lon Franks and William Hargrave still right there behind him. And you see that 57 ride of Jeremy Akins and Bryce Dickinson there in 4th and 5th. Jackie Whaley, Daniel Northcutt, Seth Castle, John Quill Jr., and Jim Revis rounding out our top 10. As we're going to see that green flag come back out here, and we're going to jump back in to our Peacemaker Gaming crank it up restart here, as we're going to see if we can get a couple laps in this time. Just outside of Florida. Man, that sounds super nice. That sounds super nice, Papa Mike. I wish I was down on 10 more laps around USA International Speedway. This one coming to a close very, very quickly as Sage Luther continues to lead the way. He's got Hargraves right there still behind him. Lon Franks still trying to find a way around that 71H ride. You can see him right there on the back bumper here, trying to find a way to get around that first class chassis number 71H ride. He's still right there in that third position. Sage Luther, though, out in front as the top three have broken away from the rest of the field here. It's Bryce Dickinson there in position number 4, leading this next pack of race cars out there. Jeremy Akins right there behind him, rounding out our top 5. See Jackie Whaley there in 6. Jim Revis with a good rebound up into position number 7. Dustin Benton right there with him as Benton up into that 8th spot as Benton staying right there on the back bumper of Jim Revis as they work their way back through the field towards the front. John Quill Jr. with a good run up into that 9th position as that 777 ride of John Quill. That Quill Racing ride there in the 9th position. Daniel Northcutt, his teammate, right there in position number 10, rounding out our top 10 as Nathan Tripod in that 42 ride right there in the 11th position on the outside of a top 10 looking in, but he's trying to get up there on top of the wheel and take that 10th position away from Daniel Northcutt. Jake Daniels behind these guys with Stephen Barrow and Cody McCoy out there rounding out our top 14. Wade Burris rounding out our top 15, but it looks like Burris unfortunately taking that ride off the racetrack and down pit side, so as in Seth Castle, Chad Puderbo, Justin Hopkins, and Dakota Elliott as Sage Luther continues to lead the way. You can see that 71H ride and the 10 ride way up the racetrack, trying to use that high side. Maybe the bottom side starting to fade away, the high side maybe coming back in. We'll have to wait and see how this plays out as these drivers trying every which different way they can here, trying to put the pressure onto the back bumper here of that 26 machine. The 71H right there on his bumper, trying to find a way to kind of rattle his cage, trying to make it so that he kind of maybe a little bit nervous out there, as we're getting a little bit nervous as we see this great battle brewing right here at the front of the field. Top 3 continuing to put a beat down on the rest of the field here as Bryce Dickinson still there in 4th, about 3.5 seconds back of Lon Franks in position number 3. He's got a couple car length gap between himself and Jeremy Akins. Akins right there rounding out our top 5. Jackie Whaley there in 6. Jim Revis, Dustin Benton, and John Quill Jr. rounding out our top 9 as Daniel Northcutt and Tripod continuing to battle back here for that 10th position on the racetrack. The Sage Luther out in front as a rear view mirror full of that 71H of William Hargraves. As Hargraves way up the racetrack again, trying to use that extreme high side, looking for these big runs, trying to reel in, get to the back bumper of that 26 machine. Looks like corner number 1 and 2 is starting to come in really good here for that high side. But I think 3 and 4, it's still bottom side dominant here. I think it's still bottom side dominant almost all the way around this racetrack. But 1 and 2 seems to be a good run here. He gets a good drive off. That may give him an opportunity to try to get to the inside of the 26, but he's trying to still close that gap here. I think he gives up a little bit too much time through 3 and 4, trying to run that high side. But he doesn't get up quite high enough or quite close enough to that 26 ride on his drive off of corner number 1 and 2. Be able to work through the inside here. I think he needs to stay down on the bottom side here through 3 and 4. We're going to see it right here as we're going to see that white flag this time by here. So at a corner number 4, the white flag is going to fly. So one more time around for Sage Luther. Does the 71H of William Hargraves have anything for him here as Hargraves up into the outside wall, looking for a big run after that high side momentum. I think that contact with that wall killed all of his speed, scrubbed too much of it off as the 26 leads us down into corner number 3 here. One more time out of corner number 4. No one's going to get there as green to checkered goes the 26 as Sage Luther picks up the checkered flag here at USA International Speedway for the Dirt Flash Super Street Series. Race number 3 going to the 26 ride of Sage Luther. Luther picking up the checkered flag, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see those congratulations fly. Let's see those checkered flags up in the chat here for a wicked run here from that 26 machine. Started on the pole and never looked back, kept all these drivers at bay as they were all over his back bumper all night long, never faltered, never made a mistake, held that bottom side of the racetrack to absolute perfection. Even when these guys were up there on the high side, he didn't move around, he didn't search, he knew that that bottom side is where he needed to be to park this ride down in victory lane, and here he is. Down here in victory lane, picking up the checkered flag in this one. William Hargraves gave it everything he could there as that 71H ride, the Vivs Liquor Dirt Panda Racing Team. Wild Bill's Race Design 71H coming home there in position number 2. And then you see Lon Franks, that third place driver, coming home there in that third spot in the DWR iRacing iFlag Papa Mike Promotions number 10 ride, coming home there in position number 3. These drivers are going to take their rides off the racetrack. We're going to get ready to jump up into the broadcast booth here and have some quick conversations here with our top 3 as these guys did a great job. Papa Mike, Mama Bear coming in with those checkered flags. Woo! I was playing the safe line, made it the 13th because of all the crashes. Yeah, there was quite a few crashes, man. You got collected in a couple, which was just an unfortunate break. An unfortunate break there for yourself, Cody. There's a little bit of contact, some guys beating and banging, battling all around the racetrack, but nonetheless, a wicked show, a great race, and a great run here by all these drivers tonight, man. Every one of these drivers get a huge pat on the back for putting on a great show for us, and a huge congrats and a huge thank you to everyone tuning in and watching this one. If you guys haven't already, hit that like button on the stream that you're on Facebook or YouTube. Smash that like button, hit that follow button on Facebook, hit that subscribe button on YouTube as we continue to build more and more over on both sites, man. We continue to build almost 3,200 followers over on Facebook Gaming, and then we're at, I think we just went over 200 subscribers over on YouTube, which is absolutely insane, but we got a lot more goals to go over there on YouTube as we're trying to hit that 1K marker over there on YouTube. That's the big statue over there on YouTube is hitting that, you know, that 1,000 subscriber marker. If we could hit that 1,000 subscriber marker, then we could start to monetize over on YouTube as well, which could help alleviate some of, you know, the bills and everything else that we have, making broadcasts even cheaper. The ability to maybe go full-time becomes a possibility a little bit more, so that means just more content, more racing action, and everything else. If you guys want, I will drop the YouTube channel here into the Facebook chat. We can do that real quick. Quickly jump over here. Let me jump into here. Throw that YouTube channel up into the Facebook channel here real quick, up into the Facebook chat for anyone that wants to maybe jump over and go and show us a little bit of love over there on YouTube. Where did my comment thing just go? There it is. Do paste and enter. There we go. There is the YouTube up in the chat there on Facebook. You can see a nice little thumbnail over there for that. Facebook doesn't allow thumbnails anymore. You got to do something special for that, I guess. I don't know what it is, but man, what a good race. What a good run here all night long. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to jump up into the broadcast booth with our race winner here in just a couple seconds. Is Sage Luther picking up that checkered flag, man. What a run and what a race for him. Holding down the fort all night long, picking up that checkered flag. Let's bring him up here into the broadcast booth for his post-race interview. Hey, Sage, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. You got a copy?
Yep.
Sage, my boy, what a run, what a drive, man. That 26 ride was absolutely hooked up here tonight. You started on the pole. You stuck it right down that bottom side of the racetrack. You never faltered. You never let off. You stayed right down there on the bottom side, even when you saw, you know, a lot of these guys were getting some big runs up there on the high side, but it was just never enough to be able to work their way to either your outside or your inside, as it was just not quite fast enough, as you were absolutely hooked up there on the bottom side of the racetrack.
Yeah, I seen them getting pretty good drives off the top, and I was tempted to go up there, but they weren't really, I mean, they were staying with me, but it didn't seem like they were really getting good enough drives to like get to the inside of me, so I just kept to the bottom and just hoped it didn't come in too much up there and just stay to the bottom, and luckily the drive wasn't enough from the top to get around me. So
Absolutely, man. That's what we were talking about. Those big runs that some of these guys were getting, but it just seemed like being way up the racetrack, they were losing so much ground to you throughout the middle of the corner that whatever ground they were losing there through the middle, they would make up down the straightaways, but they weren't making any additional movement forward, so they really weren't gaining any ground on you when they were trying to run that extreme high side. So it kind of worked out perfectly and perfectly into your hands as you just held that bottom side, held it perfectly there. You never really made a mistake. We didn't see that car get too bent out of shape, even with a lot of pressure right there on your back bumper. We had Hargraves up there all night long working your back bumper. Lon Franks, we saw, Dustin Benton up there. A lot of these fast drivers right there ready to pounce, trying to figure out a way to get around you. All night long, you kept them at bay. You led every single lap, and you pick up the checkered flag and park that 26 ride down here in Victory Lane, man. How does it feel, and to have one up on these guys and be parked down here in Victory Lane?
yeah, it feels really good. I wasn't really expecting to place, too high up in this race because it's USA and it's pretty hard to get around people. So unless you start up front, it's kind of hard to get up front. But I was lucky enough to get a good run the heat race and start up front and stay up front.
Absolutely, man. A great run and a great drive here all night for you. Sage, who would you like to thank here tonight for such a strong performance here in this one and picking up the checkered flag at USA International Speedway?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Premier Racing Setups, Dustin for putting on the league, and you for putting on the broadcast we get to watch.
Absolute, my boy. Well, congratulations on the checkered flag here tonight, man. Hopefully, this will build some good momentum for you. Hopefully, we'll see that 26 right up here in the broadcast booth more and more, and hopefully, we'll see you back up here in Victory Lane.
Yep, hope so.
Beauty Sage, have yourself a wonderful night, and don't party too hard down there in Victory Lane, my boy.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for Sage Luther as he picks up the checkered flag here in this one, man. What a run, what a race there for that 26 ride, man. Give it up here for Sage Luther as he gets it done and picks up that checkered flag. Awesome broadcast again, Aaron, the best in the business. That's what I like to hear, Susie. That's what I like to hear. Mama Bear coming in, showing all the love. Love seeing you guys in here. Love seeing all your beautiful faces up in here night after night after night, man, putting on a great show for us all the time. Being part of the racing family here on Peacemaker Gaming is always awesome to see all of you guys up in here showing that love. Way to go, Dr. Nate. Almost a top 10. Almost a top 10. Which Dr. Racing, baby? Which Dr. Racing? Yeah, almost, man. A good solid run. Good rebound after getting collected there in a few different wrecks. So nice to see him having a good run and a good finish there for Tripod. Yo, Sage Luther coming in, smashing that like on the stream as well. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Sage. Let's go, my boy. Congrats on the win, my boy. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to pull in our second place finisher now. That's 71H rider William Hargraves. As Hargraves coming home here in position number 2 here tonight. We're going to bring him up here into the broadcast booth. Hey, William, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker broadcasting booth. To get a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Aaron.
William, my boy, a great run, a great drive here tonight, man. We saw you battling hard all night long, trying to find a way to get around that 26 ride, but nonetheless, you still had, Lon Franks, you had Dustin Benton, Seth Castle, a lot of these other fast drivers right there nipping at your heel as you're trying to find a way to try to jump up and get around that 26 ride. Late in the race, it looked like you were starting to move around a little bit more. You were trying that high side. You were trying to get some big runs there on that 26 machine, but just couldn't quite find enough there to get to the inside or the outside of that 26 ride to be able to try to battle with them side by side out there on the racetrack.
Yeah, for sure. That last run played out, I guess, about as perfect as it could have for me. I knew I was going to need time to be able to do anything with them, and like you said there, I tried everything I could. I mean, I tried high, I tried low, I tried cutting down. I just if 3 and 4 would have been a little better up on top, I probably would have felt a little more confident about it, and it might have been a different outcome, but it just wasn't there, and it just I'd try it, and then I could get a big run off of 2 and get to him in 3 and 4, but with him being leading there and having position, it just would make me have to check up all my momentum, and he ran a perfect race for did what he had to do, and it played out good for him.
Absolutely, man, as it played out absolutely perfect there for the 26 run. But still a good run here for yourself, man. A solid points night, staying out of some of the carnage that was unfolding there. We saw a little bit of carnage right out of the get-go as we saw a couple drivers come together and bounce around, and a little bit of mayhem out of the get-go. Made it look like it was going to be maybe a little bit of a nerve-wracking race with a little bit of additional contact throughout it, but we had some good green flag runs there, some great battles around the racetrack, and we saw you battling hard there for a long time with Dustin Benton. We saw you right there with Lon Franks battling hard with them. Looked like you guys were, as much as you were trying to jump up there and pass that 26 ride, you were still trying to hold off these other guys from passing you and taking that second spot away from you, and a couple times had to see a battle back and take it back from, Lon or Dustin, as you guys put on a great show for us right there behind that 26 ride as Luther just stayed true to that bottom side and just stayed mistake-free and stayed in front of you guys and then let you guys duke it out for that second spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Racing with Dustin and Lon and Seth and all them guys there that was up front. It's always a lot of fun. I mean, I know early on, Dustin and I, we ran, inches off each other's doors, and didn't touch when we were side by side. And same type of deal with Lon. He gives respect and race you clean, and that's just the kind of stuff that makes it enjoyable to get on a Friday night and do this kind of stuff. I personally would have liked to see a few less cautions tonight. I think we can clean this up just a little bit more, and no disrespect by any means to anybody when I say that. I just I think if we clean this up a little bit more, the racing itself, and everybody gives a little bit more, takes a little less, whatever you got to do. I think this is really going to be something good here coming on.
Absolutely, my boy. Definitely a good league. Definitely some great racing and some great battles all around this racetrack. And another good run here for yourself. Another solid top 3 finish. William, who do you want to thank here for another great run tonight? Another wicked performance from yourself and that 71H crew.
Yeah, I got to thank you, Aaron, for doing the broadcast. I got to thank Dustin for putting this on for us guys to race. Him and Jeff, and I think that was the admin tonight, and they put a lot of time and effort into this, and that we don't all see or know about or even hear about most of the time. And I know what it takes to do this. I haven't done it to put on a league, and it's just I wouldn't do it. They got to deal with a lot of headaches sometimes and whatnot, but I think they're doing a good job, and like I said, I think it'll be something good here, hopefully. And I got to thank Melm Electric, Motorsales.com, Bibbs Retail Liquor, Wild Bales Race Designs, all my Dirt Panda Racing teammates, and just everybody that watches and supports it and makes this thing happen.
Absolutely, my boy. Well, congrats, William, on another great run. A solid second-place finish, my boy. Hopefully, we'll see you back up here in the broadcast booth next Friday. Maybe one spot better, as the 71H ride always a threat here, no matter which racetrack we go to. And I'm sure we'll see you up here battling for more checkered flags throughout this one.
Yeah, Leonardville, I think, is next week. That could be some real good racing.
Absolutely, man. I feel like that is going to be a great show, and we're definitely looking forward to seeing you guys out there duking it out at Lernerville next Friday night.
Yeah, for sure, Aaron. Good talking to you, man, and hopefully we'll do it again soon.
Absolutely, William. Have yourself a wonderful night, my boy, and congrats on another solid second-place run.
Thanks, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for that 71H rider, William Hargraves. This Hargraves coming home there in position number 2, man. A great run and a great drive there for William, as he had a good run and a great car out there all night long, man. These guys put on a great show for us. 4th to 6th, not bad. Or 6th to 4th, sorry, a little dyslexia there. Yeah, no, Brycey Bear, that was a great run, my boy. That was a great run, man. That car looked very, very good. I thought for a little bit you were going to be one of those drivers to find something up on that extreme high side. It just never really came in too much, man. There was just really not much there. We saw you right out of the get-go trying to find something up there, trying to work it in and trying to find some sort of a groove to get up there and battle and trying to make some moves to get that 84 ride up at the front of the field. Just unfortunately, that high side never really came in. Stayed as more of a one-lane racetrack, and unfortunately just couldn't quite get around any of those other top 3 cars, as they were absolutely gone, man. Those top 3 there at the end of this race were quite a ways away from the rest of the field, man. They were putting on a great show and a great drive here all night long. As we're going to pull in our 3rd place finisher now, the 10 ride, Alon Franks. As Franks coming home here in position number 3. A good run and a good drive here by that 10 ride, as we're going to pull him up into the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. Hey, Lon, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. To get a copy?
I got you, buddy.
Lon, man, what a race, man. Looked like you guys were having an absolute blast out there. You had to work yourself through, quite a few cars, a lot of side-by-side battling between, yourself and Seth Castle. You had Bryce Dickinson right there. You had, William Hargraves and all these great drivers side by side with you pretty much all night long as you guys battled it out, duked it out back there for the 2nd spot, 3rd spot, 4th spot, the top 5, with just good, constant battling out there on the racetrack here tonight.
Yeah, it was good racing. The restarts, man, it'd take me 5-10 laps, it felt like, to get a little breathing room from the guy starting next to me or behind me, and then just start to work the guy in front of me, and then the caution would come out, so it just fell at bad times, but I'll take it. Another podium. Get to talk to you.
Absolutely, man. Anytime you can talk to me up here in the broadcast booth means at least something somewhat went right. At least that means you had a decent night coming home, on the podium. And, hey, man, a good solid points night, as you said, a solid run still nonetheless. You had a lot of good competition up there, a lot of good cars that you finished still ahead of. But, man, Sage Luther was oh so quick all night long, stuck down there on the bottom side. And then Hargraves right there trying to find a way around him. Really opened up the door for you a little bit more to try to work on Hargraves. But both of you were still trying to find a way to jump up there and get around that 26 rider. You're trying the high side, you're trying the bottom side, and just didn't look like there was anything or any kind of way except for making contact to be able to get around that 26 ride tonight.
Yeah, I got to him one time. I was up in second there for a little bit, and then again, caution come out, and I don't know if I should go high or low with the Delaware double file, so kept going high because at the time the top of 1 and 2 was pretty good, or had a good section, I should say. And if you hit it just right, you can get through there with some speed. But just playing the caution game, and it was good racing, so I can't complain. It was a good time.
Absolutely, man. A great time out there. Some great racing out there on the racetrack. Lon, congratulations on another solid podium finish. Another good 3rd place run here tonight, man. Who would you like to thank for another strong performance out there on the racetrack?
First and foremost, got to thank my team, DWR. Good group of guys. Enjoy racing with them, working with them. I got to thank iracing iFlag, Papa Mike's Promotions, Bell's Bullies, Evil One Graphics, Junk Fabrication, J&D Landscape Supply, and Solar Chassis. And then, of course, the wife for letting me do this a couple times, and you guys for putting it on, and Dustin for setting it all up and whatnot. And, yeah, that's it.
Beauty, Lon. Well, congratulations on another 3rd place run, my boy. Always good to talk to you up here in the broadcast booth. Hopefully, we'll see you up here a few more times throughout the rest of, the rest of this week and the rest of next week and throughout the rest of the year, man. I hope for some more good luck for you guys over there at DWR and the JRE team, and hopefully, we'll see you guys more and more up here in the top 3 and up here in the broadcast booth.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Hope I get to talk to you again.
Absolutely, my boy. Have yourself a wonderful night and enjoy a solid 3rd place run.
You too, sir. Have a good one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for that 10 ride. The JRE DWR number 10, Alon Franks, coming home there in position number 3 here tonight, man. A great run and a great drive, but no one better than that 26 ride of Sage Luther, as Luther coming home in the top spot, picking up the checkered flag here in that Premier Racing Setups number 26 ride, having himself a wonderful night, a wonderful ride, man, as he kept that 26 ride out in front for 50 grueling laps around USA International Speedway, keeping these drivers at bay, keeping them back there, even though they were all over his back bumper for majority of this race. Didn't really look like he had a break, man. One mistake, one slip up, one time go it high when he shouldn't have. Would have opened up the door for one of these drivers to maybe get around him, and he just stayed true to what he knew he had to do, and that was keep that car on the bottom side and keep on rolling and keep on rocking, and here he is in victory lane. So congratulations once again to Sage Luther. William Hargraves coming home in second, and Lon Franks coming home there in position number 3. We saw Bryce Dickinson, Jeremy Akins rounding out our top 5. Then we see Jim Revis, Dustin Benton with good rebounds coming back up into the top 10. Jackie Whaley, John Quill Jr. there in 9th, and Daniel Northcutt rounding out the top 10. Nathan Tripod, Jake Daniels, Cody McCoy, Stephen Barrow, Wade Burris, Seth Castle, Chad Puderbo, Justin Hopkins, and Dakota Elliott rounding out the field here tonight in this one, man. A great race, a great run here all night long by these drivers. I cannot thank them enough for loading into the sim and putting on a show here for us once again tonight. A huge thank you to all of the drivers. A huge congratulations to everyone with a good run here tonight, man. Some good racing action for all of us to watch. And a huge thank you to all of our sponsors here with the league, with the DCSSS League, the Dirt Clash Super Street Series. All of our sponsors coming on board, helping out with, making this such a good event and bringing in so many great, talented drivers. Makes it a lot of fun and makes it very, very good racing out here. So a huge thank you to all of our sponsors. You've been seeing them all night long there in the far bottom right of the screen there. They've been rolling through. Thank you to all of my sponsors. They've been up right above me there at the top left. All of my sponsors, Papa Mike Promotions, Merkley AG Tire, and Premier Racing Setups, all coming on board with myself to sponsor me. And, a huge thank you to each and every one of you, man. Every one of you guys tuning in, being a viewer, a follower, a subscriber, coming in, showing that love on a nightly basis. I can't thank you guys enough for tuning in and showing that love, smashing the like button, leaving a couple comments, sharing it to your friends, anything, any of that engagement, and just, having eyes on the screen and having eyes on, us at Peacemaker Gaming and all these drivers out there on the racetrack means the world to myself and obviously all of our sponsors and all of our supporters and all of our drivers. Means the world to see you guys tuning in and showing the love and showing that support by just even watching and enjoying the show in the background. But anyways, guys, thank y'all for tuning in. Unfortunately, that is going to do it for us here tonight. Your boy is going to get ready. We're going to quickly go and make some food to eat, and we're going to get ready to go to work for yet again another night of slaving away down at the shop. But unfortunately, that is going to do it for us here in this one. So thank y'all for tuning in, and I'll see y'all tomorrow night for another big show. We got a big show tomorrow evening, a huge race there for the Bluegrass iRacing Series tomorrow night. So make sure you guys tune in for that one. We'll be live probably around, I believe it's about 7 o'clock that we're going to get things kicked off with that one. So it's going to be a great show and some great racing there tomorrow evening, and I'll see y'all for that one. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. Peace out, baby. Woo! What a race, baby. What a race.
Yeah, I gotta keep it trendy on my soul. I'm the most selfish person that I know. Here we go, down the rabbit hole. Got a couple carrots round my neck. Self-respect, when you out of line, you put yourself in check. They don't hear me, they don't hear me though. Cycles going round and round and round like a merry-go. Stand for truth, or fall for any old scenario. That's why I keep my circle smaller than a Cheerio. Cause it's the company you keep. Stay woke, please don't get caught slick. End up sowing what you reap. Know your worth and don't sell cheap. The ghost is inside of me, can't take it out of me. No matter where I've been, got where I'm meant to be. I be shining perfect time and check your watch. And I know who I am no longer lost. I got tired of walking around with a mask on, smiling but my heart singing sad songs. Yeah, I was living for myself, I was dead wrong till I got the call, no cell phone. I got tired of walking around with a mask on, smiling but my heart singing sad songs. Yeah, I was living for myself, I was dead wrong till I got the call, no cell phone. Man, you talking to the real me, yeah. Man, you talking to the real me, yeah. Man, you talking to the real me, yeah. Made in this image, I'm a young man. You talking to the real me, yeah. Man, you talking to the real me, yeah. Man, you talking to the